just too bitter. I feel like it depends.
All right.
Because I've had some that are kind of bitter.
We didn't talk about the roadmap.
Yeah, so
Take all the repeats. Take all the repeats. Do the beginning. The second.
Commencement is here.
We've all worked hard to get to this moment, and now it's time to celebrate our accomplishments one last time as a class.
Out of respect for your fellow graduates, their families, and their guests, it's important that you stay for the entire duration of the ceremony.
Please return to your seat after crossing the stage and stay until the conclusion of the ceremony.
We also ask that your guests stay until the end. As members of the Ball State community, we have committed to the Beneficence Pledge.
This involves acting in a socially responsible way by treating each person with civility, courtesy, compassion, and dignity.
It also involves valuing the intrinsic worth of every member of our community.
So therefore, I ask that you stay for me and I will stay for you. Enjoy this special day with your loved ones, and congratulations.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Graduates, faculty, families, and friends, good afternoon. I'm David Ferguson, Dean of the Estopano College of Architecture and Planning. Welcome to our spring commencement ceremony. We are here to recognize the scholarship of our graduates and to mark this day as their college commencement. We also acknowledge their new credentials in their own disciplines. And now it's my pleasure to introduce Bryn Guillot to welcome you today on behalf of our students and faculty. Today she will be receiving a Master of Science in Interior Design.
Hello and welcome, graduates, faculty, staff, friends, and family, to the 2024 College of Architecture and Planning Commencement Ceremony. My name is Bryn Guillot, and I am honored to be here. As a Cherokee and Seneca Indigenous woman, I would first like to acknowledge and thank the ancestors, current generations, and future generations of the Indigenous communities of Muncie, Indiana, the land Ball State University is built upon, particularly the Miamiaki and Lenape peoples. Most graduation speeches talk about the great opportunities to come, how you should seize the day, and perhaps an inspiring quote from someone famous. But I want you to focus on today, the moments of the here and now. Tomorrow you can change the world. Today, celebrate you and all that you have accomplished and overcome to be sitting right here at this commencement ceremony. You are talented and capable. You are strong and determined. You are resilient and intelligent. You are uniquely you, a one-of-a-kind, exceptional individual with special, extraordinary gifts, talents, and purpose to offer the world. Look around and take in this moment with your fellow graduates, your professors, and your friends and family. Today, we celebrate you. When I first started my undergraduate degree in 2005, I thought I knew exactly what I wanted to do with my life. But it turns out my journey has had many pivots and new paths, and that's okay. It is more than okay to change our minds, shift trajectories, or forge a new path because I am more than enough. You are more than enough. Your successes and your failures do not define who you are. Your purpose in life is as unique as you are, and it's your purpose that directs your journey of life. For the past 2 years, I've been an online student pursuing my Master's of Science in Interior Design, and it is surreal to be standing here in front of you all today. The journey to get here has not always been easy as an out-of-state online student, as a mother of 2, and as a small business owner. So I am immensely proud to be graduating with my master's degree. I would like to thank my thesis committee chair, advisor, mentor, and Professor Dr. Sarah Alfaro, and thesis committee member, Dr. Dorna Eshrati, who both have been the epitome of support, guidance, and whose classes have changed everything for me. I would also like to thank my husband, Sergio, and my children, Grayson and Emery, who without their unconditional love and support, I would not be graduating today. Even when I started my master's program in 2022, I thought I knew exactly what I was going to do after graduation. But the journey of grad school has shown me that focusing only on the future and the outcome can blind us from the here and now, and it can hinder us in the appreciation of the everyday little moments. The everyday moments strung together to make up our lives, the often overlooked moments. Life is lived in the journey, not the destination. Shifting from living in the future and what could be to focusing on gratitude, appreciation, and admiration of the present moments opens you up for growth, stillness, and space. Space to just be without worrying about the future or rehashing the past. This moment, right here and right now, could be the most beautiful moment of your life. Yesterday was the first day I set foot on this campus, but even before I experienced the campus for myself, I knew there was something special about this place. Genus loci comes from ancient Rome, where it was the guardian or protective spirit of a place, and describes every place has its own special qualities and essence. Every place has an ethereal quality that makes it unique and special that should be celebrated. There is only one Ball State, and that uniqueness creates a spirit of place that is wholly special and exceptional. Whether you've experienced it for 1 day or 5 years, online or on campus, the spirit of this place is transformational. I can guarantee you, you are not the same person you were when you started Ball State. You've grown, you've learned, you've discovered, you've transformed and bloomed. And now is a time of transition from student to graduate, where today we celebrate the unique spirit of Ball State, and we celebrate you. As we celebrate this rite of passage as graduates, Ball State University's unique spirit of place now becomes a part of you and lives in you to take with you into the next chapter, where the journey is forged moment by moment through your purpose. So today, we celebrate and take it all in. Tomorrow, upward we fly. Thank you.
Thank you, Bryn. Now it's my pleasure to introduce the other members of our platform party. I ask them to rise as their names are called and remain standing. Please hold applause until they all rise. Olin Dotson, Chair of the Department of Architecture. Jim Jones, Chair of the Department of Construction Management and Interior Design. Martha Hunt, Chair of the Department of Landscape Architecture. John West, Chair of the Department of Urban Planning. Sue Lynn Kotowitz, President of the American Society of Landscape Architects, Senior Project Manager for Viridis Design, and our commencement speaker. Anand Mari, Provost and Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs. Andrea Schwartz, Associate Dean for the College of Architecture and Planning. Bryn Giho, representing the class of 2024. Christian Irving, who will be receiving his Bachelor of Architecture degree. Catherine Wilkinson, who will be receiving her Bachelor of Science in Interior Design degree. Isaac Reinl, who will be receiving his Bachelor of Landscape Architecture degree. And Joseph Gasson-Smith, who will be receiving his Bachelor of Urban Planning and Development degree. You may be seated. There are others who are assisting with today's ceremony I would like to recognize at this time. I ask them to please stand. The bearer of the college banner is selected on the basis of the highest scholastic grade point average, GPA. This year, we had 2 students who have achieved a perfect 4.0 GPA during their undergraduate program. I'd like to recognize them both, Lauren Green and Emma Shook. Emma is graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Environmental Design. Lauren is graduating with a Bachelor of Landscape Architecture. Having earned the most credit hours, Lauren was selected today as our college banner carrier. Congratulations again to both of you. I also want to recognize today's faculty marshal, Assistant Professor of Landscape Architecture, Taylor Metz. Taylor, please stand. Thank you for serving in our ceremony today. You may be seated. Now, it's my honor to call on a very important group of individuals whose vocation as teachers and scholars, together with their dedication to our students, has been the vehicle through which our graduates have made it here today. I'm going to ask our faculty to please stand as I call their name. Please hold applause until the end. Reza Armadi, Sarah Alfaro, Sharif Atala, Courtney Bell, Gary Burke, Joe Blaylock, Tom Collins, Josh Coggeshall, Lauren Deeg, Olin Dotson, Adriana Elzer, Dorna Ashrati, Craig Farnsworth, John Philwalk, Pam Harwood, Martha Hunt, Cynthia Hunter, Jim Jones, Emil Dixon, Shireen Kanakri, Sarah Keogh, Charmine Cater, Robert Kester, Taylor Metz, Zachariah Michaeli, Michelle Munyar, Russ Ritchie, Mohsen Godarzi, Jonathan Spodek, Andrea Schwartz, Rod Underwood, Kathy Unlin, John West, April Westcott, Doug Wilson, Natalie Yates, Sang Lim Yu, Aesop McNair, and have I forgotten anybody? Up, got them all. Good. You may be seated. Also assisting with our ceremony today are our junior marshals. Please stand when I call your name. Mariam Ashamu, a senior majoring in architecture. Jesse Coakley, a senior majoring in landscape architecture. Jashawn Keys, a senior majoring in architecture. Anaya Marshall, a senior majoring in landscape architecture. Nathan Ritz, a senior majoring in architecture. John Tobin Perez, a junior majoring in construction management, and Gabriella Weiner, a senior majoring in landscape architecture. Thank you for your assistance today. You may be seated. It's now my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker. The Estopanol College of Architecture and Planning, or CAP as we are known, will be 60 years old next year. As we look out over our alumni base that now numbers close to 7,000, some remarkable accomplishments are in view. In addition to the thousands of architects, urban planners, landscape architects, construction managers, historic preservationists, and interior designers who have literally changed the shape of Indiana and are influencing communities in all 50 states and 23 countries, we are also seeing the emergence of national and international leadership that will drive the future. We count among our CAP grads people like Troy Thompson, who is CEO of Smith Group, overseeing 20 offices and 1,400 employees around the world. Also, Damon Hewlin, last year's commencement speaker and CEO of one of the largest minority-owned architecture firms in the Midwest. Or Lindsay Peckinpah. She is a Muncie native and a CAP grad who recently was promoted as president of Perkins & Will with 32 offices worldwide, the second largest architecture firm in the world. There are many others. My point is, leaders from CAP are changing the world. And today's commencement speaker is an excellent representative of that group. In each of our fields of the built environment, there are national professional organizations that represent all practitioners on the national and global stage. It's a rare honor to be selected as president of one of these national organizations. Today's speaker, Sulin Kotowitz, one of our alums, is the current national president of the American Society of Landscape Architects. Sulin has dedicated her career to advocating for the profession of landscape architecture and empowering others. With 20+ years of experience in the private sector, she has brought a diverse perspective, high energy, and a collaborative spirit to her career. She places great value on community and belonging for all in the profession. Having served in leadership roles in both the national and Michigan chapter of the American Society of Landscape Architects, or ASLA, for over 2 decades, she has continuously advanced the field. With a strong eye for detail, Sulin has excelled in private practice, developing design solutions and complex site challenges that result in landscapes that are ecologically functional public spaces that are also strongly connected to community. Now, as president of ASLA National and the organization's first woman of color president, she's a great choice to advance the important role of environmental design in our society. Would you please help me in welcoming our commencement speaker, Sulin Kotowitz, to the podium.
Good afternoon. I'm thrilled and honored to be here with you as we celebrate the phenomenal Ball State University Estopinal College of Architecture and Planning class of 2024. My name is Sulin Kotowitz, and I'm a proud graduate of CAP, class of 2002, with a bachelor's degree of landscape architecture. I'm also the president of the American Society of Landscape Architects, a 16,000-member professional organization serving as the 79th president, 13th woman president, and first woman of color president of this 125-year-old society. When I'm not smashing glass ceilings, I'm a licensed landscape architect in private practice in Michigan and was elevated to Fellow of ASLA in 2021. It is my privilege today to speak with you about some of my life lessons from the 22 years since I graduated from Ball State, what your definition of success is, and why words matter. But first, back to you, esteemed graduates. You're here because of years of countless hours of study, writing and design work, and maybe a few all-nighters? You put forth the effort, and through your own merit have arrived on your journey to this day. You've overcome hurdles and displayed perseverance and grit through a global pandemic. I am in awe of you, students, and you, faculty, for all that you have accomplished through a pandemic and beyond. You have earned this degree, class of 2024. Let's also take a moment to acknowledge and thank the family, friends, and faculty here today or in our hearts who have been your support system. I'm a firm believer in the benefit of community and the importance of human connection in our lives. Thank you. Today, you begin a new season of life. This is a wonderful time to travel, see the world, and try new things. Look to your left. Look to your right. Your future journey will not be the same as the people you just eyeballed. The good news is life is not a competition. We all have our unique pace, route, and destination. By author Simon Sinek's words, we achieve more when we chase the dream instead of the competition. Between 1997 and 2002, I found community here at Ball State. I was a Sparky, entering CAP the spring of my freshman year. I used the fall semester to join the BSU marching band. As a result, an awkward, small-town girl had a couple hundred new friends to support me through the transition to a big campus and college life. I'd done little research of the major I'd come for, architecture, and thankfully found landscape architecture through Rob Benson's LA 100 class. Looking back, I was an average student with a moderate depth of thinking. I don't recall being a leader. Somehow, between then and now was a transformation, which you'll likely see in your own journey. Your values, ideals, hairstyles, and level of confidence will morph over time. However, know that the critical thinking skills you've learned here in CAP are valuable and applicable in many different areas, like volunteer leadership or local government. You can use these skills to make the world a better place. Before graduation, I interned with a multidisciplinary firm. I remember having great confidence when I told my employer to hire me, and he did. I was with them for 3 years. In that time, I also started volunteering with ASLA's local chapter, which I highly recommend for all of you. Get involved. I served on almost every committee and the chapter executive committee for over a decade. This began as a way to get to know other professionals in the area. I received leadership training through ASLA. I also worked nights and weekends at the firm, and new hobbies fizzled out because I didn't have enough time. I was exhausted. One of the very important lessons I've learned is to take time to really know myself. In volunteering for everything and consistently being busy and around lots of people, what I didn't realize was, as an extroverted introvert, I didn't thrive in that continuous circumstance. I also spent a lot of time trying to conform to other people's perceived expectations. I dressed more formally to prove that I was a professional. I also thought that I should learn to play golf to fit into the corporate environment. I guess that wasn't totally ridiculous, as that's how I met my husband, a PGA professional and my golf instructor. Early in my career, I thought I needed to be tough and project a know-it-all persona on the construction site. As I've developed more experience, I've discovered that it's better to develop friendly relationships with contractors, material suppliers, and project consultants. And if I don't know something, it's okay to just ask. I may learn something new. The other party understands that I value their knowledge and expertise, and the client often ends up with a better product. It's worth the time to periodically take time to check in with yourself. Gauge how you're feeling about your job, groups you participate in, your level of energy, and the satisfaction you have with life. Give yourself grace and space. Learn what gives you energy and what takes it away, and invest in yourself. Make mistakes, own them, and learn from them. I love that CAP is committed to cultivating a culture where all can be their authentic selves and reach their highest potential. A firm owner recently described belonging in her workplace by saying, "Bring your true self to work. You have a place and you're welcomed exactly how you are. These work environments exist." I left my first job after 3 years. I learned a lot and grew, but felt that to make the next leap in my career, I needed to go to a new firm. It was hard, but the right move. The important lesson here is that our industries are small, and it's vital never to burn your bridges. You never know when you'll see previous employers again. However, I also know that not every job will be a good fit. I joined a mid-sized landscape architecture firm who supported my next professional step, to become licensed. It was a challenging process, but worth it in the long run for my professional growth and personal satisfaction. I received the results that I didn't pass the grading section of the LARE before my birthday. Take 2. I didn't pass grading again, with results posting right before my wedding. I had to find some grit within to take it once more, and finally passed and became a licensed professional. There are many benefits to licensure, including salary raises. People of color in highly technical professions like ours reported an 8.1% increase in wages, according to the Alliance for Responsible Professional Licensing. Earning my license was affirming and sent a strong message to the industry that I am competent and a force to be reckoned with. Throughout my journey, I've had mentors who've continued to see something in me that I couldn't. They made sure I had opportunities to grow and learn, and challenged me to run for chapter president of Michigan ASLA, a role I was certain I wasn't ready for. This community has represented a strong support network for me, and it's important to build your community. I won the election, stepped up, and learned the next level of leadership. The role gave me an opportunity to experience ASLA at a national level for the first time. During my time as chapter president, I testified at a state congressional committee hearing, helping lead to a successful practice act for landscape architecture in Michigan. I got involved with national committees at ASLA and was noticed by the nominating committee, who asked me to run for Vice President of Finance for the National Executive Committee. I won the election and loved serving. Through my leadership roles, I've learned that my contributions provide value to others, and my voice offers a diverse perspective, deserving of a seat at the table. My confidence has grown. However, like my registration exam experience, when the ASLA National Nominating Committee asked me to run for president, I had to work through the crushing disappointment of a loss. This brings me to my next important lesson, one that's very important for me to speak about: mental health. Our life journeys aren't simple, upward trajectories. We all have high and low points. Life is hard, and I've experienced low points too: loss, trauma, hard times, and dealing with deep disappointments in life. Less than 10 years ago, I went through a very fragile mental time. And then 4 years ago, we all experienced the global pandemic with abrupt changes in our daily routines, so much unknown, grief, and the fear of sickness and mortality. And yet, we've persevered. But the takeaway is, mental health issues can happen to anyone, and it's okay to talk to someone about it. It's okay to ask for help. And it's okay to not be okay. If you need medication to help regulate your system, that's okay too. Since I'm standing here before you, you've probably guessed that the second time I was asked to run for ASLA president was the charm, and I was elected. I was sworn into office in October, and in my acceptance speech, I committed to bringing new voices to the table with a variety of backgrounds to empower and amplify the voices of our diverse and passionate members and students, and use my strength to make others stronger. I've contributed to ASLA's work in climate action, racial equity, and gender justice. I found community and belonging within my professional organization, and through my demographic identity, provide representation for others. We've only been prioritizing diversity in ASLA's elected leadership for the past 40 years. There's more work to be done. It's humbling to be the first woman of color president of ASLA. But for BIPOC women to stop being rare in leadership, in STEM disciplines, in the construction industry, etc., someone must make the first step. Dr. Mae Jemison made the step in 1992 when she became the first African-American woman astronaut in space. I love her advice, to quote, "Don't let anyone rob you of your imagination, your creativity, or your curiosity. It's your place in the world. It's your life. Go on and do all you can with it and make it the life you want to live." I've heard that kids can't be what they can't see. I want to grow all of our design professions and increase diversity so our professional communities reflect the diversity of the communities in which we live. Graduates, perhaps this is a way you can give back to help K-12 youth learn about our professions and maybe see what they want to be when they grow up in you, an architect, a landscape architect, an interior designer, a construction manager, an historic preservationist, or an urban planner. And now, an introspective question for you. What's your definition of success? Would you accept and conform to a generic definition? I've found that after years of changing myself, how I dress, what my hobbies are, what the next pursuit should be, and whether I was living up to others' expectations, that I'm the only one who can define what success means to me. The success of the person to your left or right doesn't affect your own. I offer this to you as a life lesson that took me a long time to figure out. And this too will shift with time, like how I made the shift from an awkward, average student to who I am today. My definition of success is my own continued growth as a human and landscape architect, happiness, the reward of volunteer service, the reward of seeing my community using beautiful spaces that I have designed, and having a family of 5 cats. And finally, I wish to impart to you that words matter. I've long been sensitive about words, how they affect me and others, and how they contribute to a sense of belonging and community. When I say the words foreign or outsider, what emotions do those words evoke? For me, these are words of exclusion. How about human? That feels more inclusive to me. I actively exercise mindfulness to understand different viewpoints and empathy to reinforce my values, inclusivity and connection. How about the word resilience? That's a good one for design and our planet, but also consider its use for personal character building. How do you react to adversity? Give up or resiliently forge full speed ahead? Today's answer might change in 20 years. Here's another phrase to consider: imposter syndrome. That feels like inadequacy and doubt and leaves a pit in my stomach. It's an easy mindset to fall prey to, but I encourage you to remove that from your vocabulary. No employer expects new graduates to know it all. With the foundation of the education you have received from CAP, know that you have far surpassed where you could ever be considered an imposter. Keep learning and growing, and the sky will be your limit. In closing, I want to leave you with a new word for your vocabulary: Meraki. This word, of Greek origin, means doing something with total love and pure soul. It's figuratively leaving a little piece of yourself in your creative work. In my third and current landscape architecture firm, where jeans are the daily uniform, I have been able to work on award-winning work that impacts the communities in which I live, work, and play. I can't begin to describe the feeling when I see people enjoying the spaces I've designed. But perhaps that can be summarized with the word Meraki. I wish you projects, and outcomes in your professional life, in the personal interests which fill your soul, and the ways your contributions impact the world with total love and pure soul, and that you'll leave behind a little piece of yourself in the designed, built, and planned environments that enhance our communities. Congratulations, class of 2024, and may the 4th be with you.
Thank you, Sue Lynn. We have a gift for Sue Lynn, but I'll give you a little background. For 30 years, the college has held a stole design competition among graduating students for the graphic design to be used on the college stole that we're all wearing today. This tradition is woven into the tapestry that creates part of our college history. This year's competition design winner is Hayden Eckert, who is graduating with a Bachelor of Architecture degree. Hayden, would you please stand? You may be seated. So the graduating class of 2024 would like to present our speaker, Sue Lynn Kotowitz, with their class gift. So Sue Lynn, would you mind joining me again at the podium? This year, each member of the graduating class signed our college stole as their gift of appreciation for your presentation during our ceremony. Presenting the class gift is Isaac Reinl, who is graduating with a Bachelor of Landscape Architecture degree. So another long-standing tradition is for each department to choose a student to speak on behalf of that department. So representing the Department of Architecture this year, I would like to invite Christian Irving to come forward.
A little bit of a boost. All right. 1,720. That's how many days it's been since we all started this journey together. 5 years ago, we all made the biggest decisions we all made, applied the cap, moved away from home, sat in AB 100 with no idea what to expect. We overcame a global pandemic, have witnessed civil unrest and injustice in the world, and have now emerged as the next generation of architects. Now we must make another major decision in our journey. The Department of Architecture has equipped us all with the skills, experience, and knowledge to solve any problem that comes our way. It has also cursed us to be that one person who notices when a brick pattern is slightly off on a building. Thanks to our phenomenal faculty and hard work, we are all ready for the next adventure. I don't know where we all may end up, but I do know that any client would be lucky to work with anyone in this class. For 1,720 days, I have dreamt of today. To finally get my degree, move away from Indiana, and finally practice architecture. But now, standing in front of you all, my friends, people I've grown to love like family, I'm not ready to say goodbye yet. I'll always smile looking back at the late nights in the studio, pulling all-nighters wired on our 7th cup of coffee, making jokes that don't make sense. Partying after a successful project, only to end up talking about said project. And scrambling to get everything set up for review, everyone always ready to help whoever needs it. The memories have almost made up for the hours of sleep lost. You guys will always be my family, my community, and I'm gonna miss you all so much. Thank you, class of 2024. I love you all, and congratulations. I would like to now welcome Catherine Wilkinson to talk.
When I moved to Muncie freshman year, I didn't know a single person. I relied on my freshman year roommate, the girls I had met during the summer workshop, and the boys I got to know down the hall. I would go to classes, but I was forced to sit 4 seats away from the closest person, and I didn't know what anyone looked like until the end of my sophomore year, all thanks to COVID. We didn't get a normal start of our college experiences, but it was all we knew it to be, and we faced it together. Soon enough, our late nights began as we spent every waking second working on our projects, each day getting closer to one another until we were all able to become friends. But looking back on those friendships now, I see them more as a family. Because a family is always there for you, looking out for you at your lowest times and celebrating you at your highest. I could always count on my peers to lend me a shoulder when I get frustrated with Revit, and I was able to jump up and down with them in celebration when I got my dream job. We were always there to back each other up when our professors did not like our design decisions, just like we were always there for each other when we would get harsh critiques. And it wasn't just the girls in interior design that became a family to me, but also the construction management majors downstairs. Competing in the ASC competition for the last 2 years gave me a group outside of my design courses that I could learn from and grow with. Whether it was leaning on the other competitors for advice or celebrating with each of them when we had finished our presentations. Those competitions extended my family within the Applied Technology building, always lending to a smiling face as I walked the halls, and plenty of inside jokes between my teammates and I. And just like a family, our professors took on a parental role. They were our biggest cheerleaders with each new accomplishment, even if we did prank them with the news. They were always there if we needed to talk, although most of the time we were talking utter nonsense. Our professors, like any parent, would keep us grounded when it came to getting the best work out of us. Most of the time, this meant giving us that look that told us to redo our entire floor plan for the 5th time a week before the deadline. But they looked after us, always making sure we were okay and telling us how proud they are. They were our parents when ours were miles away. We didn't get to choose who'd be sharing these past 4 years with, but I couldn't have picked a better second family for myself, even if we did get on each other's nerves at times. But nonetheless, we support each other through each new project, each competition, and new semester. The friendships that grew into family within the construction management and interior design department is something that we will always treasure, because no matter what, we will always be in each other's corners, supporting and cheering each other on as we head into our next journeys. And when I look back on my time at Ball State, I won't remember the paint colors I chose for a project, or the exact estimate we ended up with and won the competitions. I'll remember the people and the organizations I was a part of that became my best friends. I'll remember coming together with the other competitors to celebrate our accomplishments. I'll remember my professors who've looked out for me since I first walked into the Applied Technology building. And I'll remember the people that I've been surrounded by that became a family to me. It's a second family that I will forever cherish and deeply miss once we all leave campus today and begin our next adventures. Thank you. Next, I'd like to introduce Isaac Reinl.
Hey, quiet down back there. Yep, thank you to everyone for coming out tonight. Friends and family, it's great to see you guys all here just supporting us. Students, peers, classmates, thank you guys for being here as well. You guys easily could have skipped out on our last, class per se. But today, the mic is finally in front of me. So after 5 years of being behind a desk or behind a computer screen, I'm going to be giving my own lesson today. Is that fair? Fair? All right. So despite what some of you may think, my classmates and I did not complete 5 years of school so that we could mow your lawns really well. Okay? No, we did not take Weed Eating 101 or Intro to Zero-Turn Lawnmowers, though that does sound pretty fun, honestly. Though the maintenance piece of a landscape is a large factor in keeping it, or keeping the character of that place, landscape architecture goes much deeper. It goes back to how a place came to be and what parts are working together to make it what it is, to make it a place. So this is what I want to talk to you about today. So the title of my lesson is Good, but Not Great. You see, we love greatness. Everybody wants to be great. The GOAT, if you will. Dad, where are you at? GOAT just means greatest of all time. It's just an acronym. Okay, so unfortunately, very few of us are going to be one of the greats. So is there anyone out there that's great? Raise your hand if you're one of those greats. I see some hands. So for all of you that raise your hand, I'm going to need to see you after this for some tips and tricks. Where am I at? Turning the page, that's where I'm at. So there's nothing wrong with being great. In fact, we need great people because they inspire us and they help us make breakthroughs in our world. But let me ask you this. Is it worth it to look over so much good while we search for just a little bit of greatness? Landscape architecture has helped me to see the simple complexity of our world. Whether we're using ecology or botany to understand the makeup of the ecosystems of the natural world, or whether we're using things like urban design to understand the makeup of the ecosystems of our human world, we can see this idea of this simple complexity very, very clearly. At the end of the day, our world is made up of a diverse set of simple pieces that work together to build a complex whole. But the thing is, you won't find these pieces trying to perform the roles of one another. For instance, you won't find Echinacea purpurea trying to perform the role as Quercus alba. And so another analogy for all of you that didn't understand what I just said, in the same way, a plumber isn't trying to do the same task as a brick mason, right? We need each piece to make this whole thing work. So I want to leave you all with this, classmates, but also everyone else, I guess, in the room. Find your niche in both your professional endeavors and your everyday life. And if you're like me and you don't quite know what that is yet, that's okay. Just stay committed to listening and watching and learning. Your role is good. My role is good. And when goodness multiplies, you will likely be surprised at the beauty that you're going to find. So finally, I want to say thank you to the Department of Landscape Architecture and to each faculty member that has supported my peers and I through these past 5 years. Thank you for sharing your passions and your wisdom with us. You helped us get through a pandemic, as several people have talked about. You protected us when glass was falling from the ceiling at CAP that one random day. You provided us with so much free ice cream. And ultimately, again, just thank you so much for sharing your passion and wisdom with us and for challenging my classmates and I to be more than we thought that we could be. Thank you. And now would you welcome Joseph Gassensmith.
All right. First off, I'm going to take that off. I tend to talk with my hands, so it's going to hit my face. Good evening, graduates. Before I begin my speech in earnest, first of all, I want to thank my family, my friends, and the faculty and administration of the College of Architecture and Planning for getting me and all of us here today. We all owe them a debt of gratitude, and so I thank those that have stood behind all of us throughout our collegiate career. Quick question for my class. By show of hands, who came to CAP and were convinced they were going to be an architect? Come on, don't be shy. Me too. Me too, but seeing as I'm speaking on behalf of the Department of Urban Planning, things have obviously changed a little bit. I don't think I could have begun to really tell you what urban planning was 4 years ago, and to be quite frank with you, I really didn't care. I was going to be the next Frank Lloyd Wright, obviously. However, after meeting with multiple members of faculty, I found that planning was, in fact, where my passion truly lied. As a planning student, and I think my fellow cohort members can speak to this, we're often asked, why did you choose planning? The answer to this question is one that I've answered in a myriad of different ways. It's a 4-year program instead of 5. I don't like building models, etc. However, in preparing for my speech this evening, I think I finally found the proper and what I believe to be the true answer. For me and for so many others, the reason that we chose planning is simple. It's a gateway to making this world a better place. Everything in planning goes back to a simple idea of making communities more equal, more just, and more suited to those that inhabit them. Not only is a planning degree one of the most versatile degrees that one can have, it is a physical testimony that one has made a commitment to fulfilling the urgency of advocating for those who don't have a seat at the table, protecting this project that is our democracy, and truly being a part of change. This is not simply the ambition required of us as College of Architecture and Planning students, but also as Ball State alumni. My fellow graduates, it is an honor to rise to this expectation placed upon us by our alma mater. It is a unique privilege to be called, It is a unique privilege to be called to be changemakers, leaders, heroes, and those that would dare to take this country and world to the next level. I know that we will all rise to the occasion and leave our communities better than where we found them. And I suppose that is my final charge to you this evening. Go out and make a difference. Go design a city or a building, build tangible changes in communities, help others, lead a nonprofit, speak your mind, and above all, never stop learning. Congratulations.
Thank you all. Several students today will be graduating from the Honors College with academic honors. The Honors College at Ball State University offers special opportunities for undergraduates engaged in broad academic pursuits. All students graduating today from the Honors College are wearing the Honors College cord. Will those students please stand to be recognized? You may be seated. You may be seated. Our next award has special meaning to our current CAP faculty. We lost an amazing member of our faculty recently, and quite honestly, we're still working through it. However, the excellent legacy of Professor Janice Hanako Shimizu will be celebrated in many ways for years to come. Janice touched so many lives and was truly loved, and we were all blessed to have called her a colleague and a friend. I ask you to join me for a moment of silence in her memory. Thank you. And it's now my pleasure to announce an inaugural award in Janice's honor. The Janice Hanako Shimizu Award for Best Masters of Architecture Thesis is given to the student whose project represents the highest level of analysis, design, and innovation in the quest for new knowledge and a deeper understanding of what architecture can be in an ever-changing world. The winning project demonstrates rich insight into a contemporary question within the discipline of architecture and projects a future proposal that challenges the status quo. This year's award winner embodies the curiosity, enthusiasm, and criticality of Professor Shimizu, as well as her passion for novel expressions of human culture. The inaugural Janice Hanako Shimizu Award goes to Reshma Talukdar. Please stand. She will receive a certificate and a book, of which Janice was a contributing author, and we'll provide that later. Congratulations. Baccalaureate degree recipients with outstanding scholastic records are graduated with academic honors. Students with scholastic averages of at least 3.6 but less than 3.8 GPA are graduated cum laude. Recipients of this honor are wearing bronze medallions. Would those students please stand to be recognized? You may be seated. Students graduating with scholastic averages of at least 3.8 but less than 3.9 are graduated magna cum laude. Students who have earned this honor wear the silver medallion. Please stand to be recognized. You may be seated. Students graduating with scholastic averages of at least 3.9 are graduated summa cum laude, which is Latin for "you are amazing." The students who have earned this honor are wearing the gold medallion. Will you please stand to be recognized? Thank you. Isn't that awesome? So many folks doing such excellent work. So now I'd like to invite our Associate Dean, Andrea Schwartz, to the podium to conduct this year's graduation roll call.
At the university commencement ceremony earlier this morning, President Mearns conferred upon all graduates their respective degrees, with all rights, honors, privileges, and obligations thereunto pertaining. Graduates will now cross the stage as their names are called. For all graduates, Dean Ferguson will present them with their diploma cases. Master level students will also be hooded by the respective department chair and Dr. Anand Mari, Provost and Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs. For the degree Master of Architecture, Derek Baum. Thank you. Brittany Castro. Spencer Whitmore. Garrett Stritzel. Hunter Wallace. Reshma Talukdar. Shabnam Rajani. Shumi Sarkar. Alan Killian. Joseph Geibel. Kapua Arsiga. Alexander Bleiweiss. Taylor Bott. Adam Horke. Alejandro Flores. Hyperion Zhang. Andre James King. For the degree Master of Science in Historic Preservation, Taylor Payne. Lily Avera. Dane Wallace. For the degree Master of Arts in Interior Design, Mary Alice Berger. For the degree Master of Science in Interior Design, Emily Scully. Malia Hess. Bryn Gio. For the degree Master of Landscape Architecture, Ali Reza Shayesta. Liz Marthaler. Prakriti Sharma Subedi. Dudane Quizara. Mona Hamid. For the degree Master of Urban and Regional Planning, Alkina Ani Dridge. Carter Moran. Cade Deckard. Thank you. Heather Reed. For the degree Bachelor of Architecture, Rustin Schomback. Christopher Scott. Erica Franskovic. Tim O'Gara. Bradley Rossman. Michael Greener. Brandon Bowman. Carson Ball. Ben Steftenagel. Griffin Temple. Bailey Taylor. Benjamin Bischoff. Yvonne Mota Sanchez. Brian Cruz. Joseph DeArmond. Zoe Dykes. Asher Lafferty McGill. Allison Goddich. Princess Davis. Emmy Shima. Sophia Janfanya. Amanda Harter. Caitlin Vegatus. Kylie Kazuzek. Jenna McBriar. Kaylee Metcalf. Caden Rice. Cameron Swan. Logan Johnson. Michael Barton. Christian Irving. Eric Losi. Navy Lynch. Angel Teeter McCurdy. Hayden Eckert. Nicholas Law. Carl Hostetler. Grant Detman. Wyatt Ellis. Dylan Gayheimer. Brian Cruz. Nicholas Galbraith. Caitlin Holland. Olivia Hebner. Matthew Holman. Nicole Picorni. Finn Hannon. Ben Fusco. Sam Myers. Mary Catherine Hof. Ricardo Ayala. Nathan Freiberger. Armando Solis. Ellie Shockley. Eli, correction. Tyler Pollard. Braden Archie. Mark Ryan. Javier Barrera. Abdallah Ahmed. Annabelle Guzman. Grace Dale. Nathaniel Adams. Parker Niemeyer. Kurt Stein. Jace Rohr. Amanda Steinke. Zuadin Avalos. Sophie Vorndren. Alexa Zelt. Caleb Maggard. Caleb Studi. Kaiten Coulter. For the degree Bachelor of Science in Architecture, Allison Vanderhorst. Alexander Juarez. David Bagby. Robert Smith II. For the degree Bachelor of Science in Environmental Design, Emma Shuck. Matt Welch. For the degree Bachelor of Science in Construction Management, Kevin Zabala. Alex Schultz. Steve Smith. Christian Allerding. Carter Lamper. Noah Steepleton. Luke Person. Robert Jefferson IV. Mason McBride. Ethan Aldridge. Nathan Reichert. Sophia All. Clayton Downey. Samuel Thayer. David Schellebarger. J. Paul Stewart. Jackson Dembicki. Trevon Carlton. Christian Story. Jacob Brandt. Mia Pamalis. Shane Gupton. Joel Henson. Jacob Deutsch. Tyler Haug. Adam Gully. Will Mowat. Ryan Arnett. Darren Cool. Justin Gillespie. Ryan Fubble. Reese Fobble. Tom Sheehan. Connor Morris. For the degree Bachelor of Arts in Interior Design, Archana Janani Satyamurthy. Taylor Trowbridge. For the degree Bachelor of Science in Interior Design, Naomi Smallwood. Megan Cray. Megan Vanderveen. Emma Moats. Lauren Doctor. Kylie Hagerman. Elizabeth Hahn. Bryn McCracken. Taylor Horton. Sierra Premileski. Danielle Himbrock. Victoria Ramos. Olivia Ice. Catherine Louise Wilkinson. Lexington Victoria Narwell. Dharma Niles. Logan Hansen. Sarah Nicole Pitts. Logan Alyssa Valancourt. Asia Renee Hernandez. Chloe Rickenbach. Destiny Moore. Shamari Muhammad. Kimberly Mosier. Nia Denman. For the degree Bachelor of Landscape Architecture, Essence Smith. Joshua G. Madison Wright. Peyton Radel. Molly Page. Amelia Zaharico. Zoe Conrad. Adeline Bainey. Grace Briscoe. Jillian Gagnon. Lauren Green. Caitlin Johnson. Carson Hauser. Kaylee Taylor. Nathan Horlander. Tanner Williams. Spencer Reddingberg. Isaac Reinl. For the degree Bachelor of Urban Planning and Development, Clarissa Kerrigan. Shelby Alexander. Maria Henriquez. Cole Hazel. Joseph Michael Gassensmith. And Jerome Zernold. Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, congratulations again to all our graduates. In concluding the ceremony, I'll leave you with a few observations. Many of you started your journey here, as has been mentioned a couple of times, in either 2019 or 2020. What a start. Those years past will always lodge in our memories as markers in our shared history as we navigated together a global pandemic. This year has thankfully felt more normal as we have seemingly roared out of COVID with increasing momentum. Those years of COVID often felt exhausting, lost, chaotic, surreal, fearful, relentless. This graduating class has felt every one of those words. But the word I want to focus on today as it relates to you is tenacity, which means the quality of mental strength and persistence in the face of hardship. You are here today due to your tenacity. When a pandemic hit in your college years, you evolved, you learned to change directions quickly, but you still learned to produce. Because you persisted during those turbulent times, you are truly seasoned. In my wife's field, they call it post-traumatic growth. Your experience makes you distinct, and your employers will benefit. We are proud of you. Whatever you set your mind to, you will find a way to achieve. These next years will be exciting as you launch into a career in your next chapter, hence commencement. But many of you will not stay in the workplace where you begin your career. As you change and explore, do it reflectively. Find out who you are, what you love as a professional and as a community member. And think about this. Direction is more important than speed. As we say around here, this university aspires to set you up for a fulfilling career and a meaningful life. Give back and you'll receive. Think big, and one day you'll join that group of names I listed earlier who are changing their workplace, their community, and sometimes the world. Leave things better than you found them. You are now on the other side, alumni who we value, and you have a standing invitation to come back and help the next generation. I welcome you as alumni of one of the finest schools of the built environment in the nation. Congratulations. Graduates, there are many individuals who helped you get to this day. Would you please rise and thank your parents, family members, faculty, and friends? Okay, sit back down. Today's music is provided by the Ball State University School of Music. I'd like to thank the brass quintet, consisting of Zach Lemon, Julian Mabel, Zach Pecha, Chase Wampler, and Ben Robowski. A big thank you for enhancing our ceremony the way you have. And our sign language interpreters were Nancy Hopper and Jenna Albers. Thank you so much. Special thanks to our commencement coordinator, who I'm sure without we would not be doing this quite as well, Lori Pence, and our CAP staff. So this concludes our ceremony. I ask the audience to remain seated until the platform party, faculty, and graduates have recessed. Once again, congratulations. Thank you for coming today.
Bankel. Over the roadmap. Huzzah. Last name. Ready?
Let's play horribly.